Hey guys, welcome back to TheKorner. I'm your host, Rufa. So yeah, it's exam season, so all you people that are doing exams, good luck to you. Actually, you don't even need luck, you'd have been putting in the hard work. I believe in you guys. Me too, I need it myself. I need the encouragement. I've got 2 more exams left to go. Bro, I'm stressed, man. I'm tired. Honestly, it's even a surprise that I'm on the mic for you guys today, but I wanted to be here, so, we're here. So on today's episode, just to tell you what we're going to be doing really quickly, we're going to do a episode 3 recap and review of SummerTimeRender. That's an anime. We're already on, you should all even be past episode 3. Really and truly. Get what I'm saying? You should all be past episode 3. But that's what we're going to be going over. We're also going to do chapter 13 and 14 of Juujika and Rokunin. If you guys are excited about that, I am. I know I've been itching to read this. I've been fiending for it. I really want to read 2 more chapters today. I'll probably even give you guys 3 if I'm feeling nice, I'm feeling generous. Fun fact, recording this episode on Friday the 13th. I serve a living God. I don't know about you, so me, I'm safe, Glory be to God. So yeah, nothing's getting me. I'm even doing this recording in the middle of the night shift in the middle of the AMs, the AMs. Oh God, I'm protected. Okay. Yeah, just to get right into things, no dilly-dally. Episode 3, let's give you a recap of what's happening. Okay, so it's called Drifting Ashore. So basically in this episode, what happens is the main character goes back to check up on the girl's family. So the girl who that was drowning, apparently. So the one that needs to get saved, and that led to his best friend dying, to Mio's sister dying. So basically, yeah, he's gone to check up on their store, their family store, and the house that they live in, etc. And while he was doing that, he met up with one of the other inhabitants of the village, those nosy neighbors. As she was ringing off when I tell you she was ringing off the doorbell, she didn't even wait to see if anybody was there. She just opened the door, went in. And so as they go in now, my man's looking around, and they see that it's the place has been left abruptly. And if you see how everything's been set up, it looks suspicious. The TV's on. And one thing I really like about this anime is the fact that they use real images for the media, if that makes sense. So if someone's watching TV, in the TV, it's an actual it's real people in the TV. Do you know what I mean? I feel that's just kind of cool. It's makes you think that they're aware they're anime characters. You know what I mean? Okay, so as he's searching the house, he finds the black marking on the floor, and black marking is significant to the fact that somebody's a photocopy has been made of a living person there through the whole shadow. I'm just gonna call them shadow clones. I'll be real. All my Naruto people know what I'm talking about. So, but he sees 2. So it means that the entire family's been taken over by shadows apparently, and there's markings of a struggle and whatnot. So I'll be real. It has me feeling he's catching up, and he's figuring out where exactly he should be and where he should be going. And we can see there 6 family members in total. It's a whole extended family, so there should be more bodies. So if I remember correctly, when he now goes upstairs, he ends up seeing the little girl still, and she takes a picture of him. And when she takes a picture of him, she makes a photocopy of him. So now there's a photocopy of him that has his memories, essentially, that has everything that he has, what's happened with the police officer. So she's taking a picture of him, and it's the little girl that got saved. So was she the progenitor? Was she the one that caused all of this from the beginning? That would have been kind of crazy. And she asked him why he was staring at her in this part of the episode. She was to him, why are you staring at me? Something on my face? Is something wrong? Essentially, she's trying to let him know I've caught on. I know you know. When people are looking at each other I know you know. I know. Have you seen that TikTok of the bus driver that's I know you know you have no money? Literally, that's what she's doing with him. She's telling him I know you know that I'm not the real girl, but there's nothing you can do about that because how are you going to explain that to everybody else? She then makes a clone of him right in front of him, and I'm sitting here thinking, how's he going to get out of the situation? Because as it is now, it's 2-on-1. The clone of him and the little girl, they could M him there. They could end his whole lineage. And then he gets saved. Literally, anime plot armor, nick of time by the nosy neighbor. She comes back in. She's like, Is anything all right? Is everything gonna matter? And at that point, he looks away, he looks back, everything's back to normal. Like he was daydreaming, like nothing, like literally like nothing just happened. Imagine, they're gonna make you think you're mad like that, make you feel like you need pills, you know? Crazy. But that was like the first section of the episode. Then with the rest of that, this man starts like reminiscing. So this is the main character now. He starts reminiscing about all the people he saw died up until this point, and he's thinking, how the hell is he gonna actually fix this? Essentially, this entire thing is giving me ReZero vibes, but it's giving it to me on like a very, very smaller, like a smaller time scale, like a smaller playing field. Because I feel like ReZero, there was just, that guy had a lot of restrictions on him, and I only just started rewatching ReZero. I never really finished it. Don't get onto me. Do not get onto me. But so yeah, going back to what we're talking about, let me go off on a tangent there. Back to episode 3. So he's now communicating with the owner of the inn. Communicating, big words. He's like talking to the owner of the inn, trying to like find out more information about, you know, the family and the people that lived in the town. So like, why wasn't she anywhere? Like, how did they go missing? And they couldn't find any, like they could not find any trace of why that could have happened. You know what I mean? So he was really stuck. Like, had no clue, no nothing. So he decides to just give up, and he just goes to work. And then while he's working, as happened in the past episodes, okay, where the police officer came into the restaurant, that ends up happening again. But this time, as we know, because he doesn't get replaced with a shadow clone, he's the original, and he's like his usual bubbly self. And so as this is going on, it's like he's just talking to him basically. Like they're kind of like, he's like just letting them talk and like trying to see if they dig themselves into holes, if that makes sense. So like the main character's letting all the people around him talk to kind of like pick up information, and he's just taking. See, literally, he's taking in all their different like functions, their actions, etc., just to see if it's really, really them. And he gets handed a phone. And I'm guessing it's Ushio's phone, which is the blonde-haired girl that died. And the police officer ends up revealing to him that the day before she died, she came up to him and she entrusted him with the phone and said that if anything were to happen to her, she should give it to him. The police officer should give it to him. And that makes me think like she knew she was going to die for some reason, which is kind of weird. Like, I get, you know, some people have like mother intuition when they know something's going to go wrong, but to the point that you know you're going to die, and you tell them to give somebody that's never been back to the village in a couple years, give this to him if anything should happen to me. My mother's not even in the village. That's very, very convenient. I'm sorry. So I feel like they could have written that in a little bit better, like explained further why did she, like, you know, but unless they'll give that to us later on in the anime, and I'm just impatient in it. But you know. So essentially, the three of them, and the three being Ushio's younger sister Mio, the main character, and then the main character's best friend, they all get together now, and I think it's to like discuss all the information they have all gathered, because at this point, they kind of know about the shadows. Do you get what I mean? So everybody has a vague idea of what's going on. All of the kids, you know, none of the grown-ups. They haven't told any of the grown-ups any of the information. But so like, yeah, so, and they're kind of doubting each other, saying they could be shadows themselves. So it's like, how do they trust each other? And Mio's the only one that doesn't really know too tough. And like, I think they're about to they tell her properly in this episode. So they explain to Mio that, you know, essentially all the weirdness that's going on in their village or on their little, you know, island town. I wish something like this would happen on this island. Actually, no, I do not. We have enough rubbish going on. You know what I mean? We do not need doppelgangers running around. Remember when we had clowns? I mean, I hate clowns. But now, we can't. The least we need is shadow clones running around. You know what I mean? They talk about the fact that they have a summer festival coming, or not summer festival, but like a festival coming, like a shrine festival coming. And I think the shrine festival is like, because they live on an island, they have a belief that things that get washed up onto the island, even the inanimate objects, will have like memories, and they have like life in them, and they have to send them off. And the way they do it is they gather all these things over the course of a year, and then they burn it. And that's like and people, literally tourists will come to watch them burn it, and they burn it on like a giant pile. So yeah, that's basically what the festival is that's the festival that's about to happen. But I feel like the festival is gonna be an excuse for them to all get together and kind of just essentially mix all the ideas that they have regarding the doppelgangers, and also going to be an opportunity for them to let their skin down. But also, if you think about this, what always happens when you let your hair down and that's when problems always want to start coming. You know what I mean? That's when problems always come. So I feel like that's also when the doppelgangers are probably gonna hit us with they're gonna do something big. I feel like that's definitely where they're gonna do something big. They're gonna hit us with something, iffy for sure. So rain starts pouring. This after they've had their little, team meeting, their first little team meeting where everybody kind of knows, like I'd say, quarter of the information. They have like 25% of the information because the main character is still hugging it all to himself. He doesn't know he can trust. And so now Mio and main character again, Ivy Raw, his name is flown out of my head. When it comes back into my head, I'll stop calling him main character. But for now, I'll be so real, my memory head loss. I can't find it. I'm searching my brain. Honestly, I'm searching my brain. But as we have it, because they're having like a little one-to-one in the rain, innit? They're looking for shelter, wet clothes, steamy romance, you know what I mean? It's a little... Actually, yeah. Let's talk about that. So they're having a little moment in the rain. That is the main character and Mio. That's Ushio's younger sister. Okay. Bearing in mind they've been hinting at the fact that the main character and Ushio have a thing, but it looks like Ushio's younger sister, Mio, has a thing for this guy as well. So love triangle? I don't know. That might happen, but it's a dead girl, so I don't know how a love triangle really works with the dead person. Okay, it's a love line, but I'm guessing because it's anime, my man's going to be oblivious to the fact that she likes him and he's just going to be running up and down like a headless chicken, and she's going to be there just bottling her anger up and being all passive aggressive, when he doesn't do what he should do, like take her out, do this, you know what I mean? But then also I think it's going to be a bit techie because his best friend likes Mio as well, so it's like not even love triangle, love square involving a dead body. So it's like, yeah, just dumbness, really and truly. I don't know why people can't just like people that are alive, it's easier. No stress, you know what I'm saying? But so essentially they're getting dressed for the festival now, and I can't lie, these kimonos they're wearing, I don't know what I think it's called. In fact, I don't think it's called a kimono. I think it's called a yukata. I'll be real, I'm not too sure. But what they're wearing, the traditional, it looks comfy, but it looks like if I should azonto or if I two-step once now, it will just come off, like it's coming off. I'll just be exposed. Yeah, that's it. So me, I think I need something with a little more constraint, because if I was to dance in that now, if I was to bese, it will fall. It will really fall. So essentially, they've gone to the festival now, but the only one that isn't in traditional get-up or traditional clothing is Shinpei. Shinpei, that's his name. Nah, give me a round of applause. I don't care, guys. Give me a round of applause. You see how it came to me? His name is Shinpei. This whole time I've been battling. I've been struggling. But basically, Shinpei's been given a team talk by his best friend, like, why is he so down? Like, it's a festival, be happy. But because he's the one he's bearing the brunt of all of this, because he's got all the information, and he's the only one that's died, and he can remember the fact that he's died. He's remember everything. Remember, for all the rest of them, this is all happening for them once, like the first time. But for him, he's died like twice now. Or if this is episode 3, I'm guessing this guy's probably died like 3 times. But yeah, I'm going to just to be sure, just to be safe. And they're kind of teasing the fact that, okay, yo. So I remember in the episode, they tried to kind of like make Shinpei aware of the fact that Mio likes him. Like, they ask him, oh, so what is Mio to you? Who's Mio? And what was so crazy is, as this now happens, so as they were like trying to convince him, like, to like make him aware of the fact that, yo, Mio's into you, he ends up seeing a doppelganger of Ushio, the girl that died. And it's like, but she's dead, so how's there a doppelganger of her walking around? But if you remember, for someone to die, your doppelganger will come and take your place. Your doppelganger kills you, so it means that that's her doppelganger. So he starts chasing after the doppelganger, and literally, that's where we're thinking, shit's gonna pick up, shit's gonna get good, and then they ended there. No word. That's where they ended episode 3. They decided to end it where we see the doppelganger, or it could be her, and she could have never really died. But the way they did it, they didn't really make it. They didn't really make it clear. But they end up running. He ends up running with her to the beach, and we see her in a swimsuit. And she died in a swimsuit. So I think it's kind of clear to us that it's not her. I think it's clearly the doppelganger because, exactly. What do you mean? Like, what are you doing in a swimsuit? It's been a couple of days. You've been dead. If that was really you would have found close to where, things to do. You would have gone and met your family. You would have, you'd have done ish. But she's done nothing, basically. To cut the long story short, she's done nothing. So now I'm giving you guys kind of like the brief recap of what's happened in the episode. I'm thinking to myself, that I'll give you like what I actually think about what's going on. So my personal opinion. Okay, so first things first, I think they all need to kind of just deliberate, like literally get together and talk about everything because if you do not, somebody gonna die, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna go. But other than that, I'd say that so far the pacing of it is ideal. They're not rushing it too quickly, and also you're not frustrated, because usually what I find happening with, if I use ReZero as an example now, it's like it's just way too repetitive. Like something will happen, like let's say he'll die, he'll reset, and it's like you're seeing the exact same things happen all over again, and it's like, okay, we know what's going to happen, can you just cut to the part that we don't, you know what I mean? But with this, they've done it in a way that you can see the minute changes that are going along the way, and they're not letting you watch everything unfold. It's like they'll cut to a different aspect of what was going on in that same time frame. So, for example, let's say in his first run of things in episode 1, we saw that while he was in the house, while he's in the house and Mio was in the shower, the doppelganger was outside watching them from the inside, okay? But we didn't know this on that episode. In that episode, what we knew was he was in the house and Mio was in the shower. Then when he ends up dying in episode 2, we see that in that time period, while they were in the house, what was going on the outside was the doppelganger watching them from the inside or watching them from the outside. So it's like, whereas in other like repeat type animes I would say I've seen, they just end up showing you the same cutscene again, or I don't want to call it a cutscene, but they end up showing you the same scene again, but they won't show you like a different perspective. So I like the fact that they've shown us a quite literal different perspective in this anime in SummerTimeRender. So if you still haven't jumped on it yet, you kind of should have already, you kind of shoulda, woulda. You don't want to be those people that are saying, shoulda, coulda, woulda, when everybody's talking about it and you're now there like, hey, yo, what are they on about, To be fair, even if you are going on about what they're going, hey, it's your business. Like, it's not by force, But if you're someone that sounds like you'd be into this, so if you're into ReZero, but then you also like, actually no, ReZero was even very, very bloody. So this one too is bloody. I'd say if you're into ReZero and you want something like ReZero, but that could be a little more fast paced, a little more modern, that isn't isekai, because ReZero at the end of the day is still isekai. I'd say check it out. Pull up a chair, pull up earphones, wireless or wired. I mean, I care. I don't really give a damn. And then, listen. Okay, guys, we're back. We just took a little break. We're gonna have a little interlude now. I've always wanted to use that word. We're gonna have a little interlude, and what we're gonna do in that time frame, this little shortcut we've got. We're gonna go and check the confessions. We're gonna go and look at the submissions you guys have sent to me. I'm saying us like I have somebody here with me. I sounding official, sounding so official. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's start from the bottom. Let's see what people are asking. What do we want to find out today? Somebody's asked me, what do I think is weird about me? the question you should be asking is what isn't weird about me, And I'll be real, that's what you should be asking about yourself. Because really and truly, if nothing is weird about you, are you really different, And I feel like that's what everybody's trying to be nowadays, different. So I say, if you don't think anything is weird about you should really figure out what it is. Because how can you be happy being normal? No, really, how can you be happy being normal? Are you not bored? Would you not be bored? Because I would be bored. Let me tell you now, I'd be very, very bored. But to answer your question, what do I think is weird about me? Almost everything. Like quite literally almost everything. We could start from my sleeping pattern. I'm basically one bat or regular. In fact, even regular bat. I'm a bat. I don't sleep in the day. In fact, no. Yeah, I don't sleep in the day, and I don't sleep in the night either. If I even sleep for I sleep for like a split second, and then I'm back up again. What else would I say is weird about me? I don't like sweets. I know. I'd rather eat like chicken wings than sweets. I know that sounds so bad, but I'm a savory, but I'd rather eat a packet of crisps than sweets. But thing that's crazy about that is, I say that, but then you can catch me with energy drinks or juice or just something that's flavored but not water. I will guzzle it down. You know what I'm saying? That would be me. So yeah, I'd say those are just a couple weird things about me. I hate clowns and I hate pigs. Those are other weird things about me. Don't even ask me about them. They give me nightmares. They give me serious nightmares. So yeah, I'd say that's what's weird about me. That's what I'd say that's weird about me. Somebody's asked, am I independent? I try to be. I'd say you can only be as independent as you can try. At the end of the day, you can try as much as you want to be independent, but everybody needs support at some point. But I'd like to say I'm independent. I wouldn't say I'm independent by choice, because a lot of things I had to figure out on my own, had to get on my own, and you'll make mistakes along the way, of course. But I feel like everybody needs to aim to be independent, but don't be afraid to ask for help when you need help, or when you feel like you're making mistakes. Always be able to ask for help. I feel like there's a clear, distinguishable line between being independent and then wanting to suffer in silence, wanting to suffer alone. So I'd say I try as much as I can be to be independent, supporting myself. But then there are also times where I need support myself. I need encouragement, need validation. So yeah, those are all I'll say we have time for before we get back into things. But yeah, so now we're going to go back into Juujika and Rokunin, chapters 13 and 14. Are you guys excited for some gore? If I remember correctly, what was going on in the last chapter was Uruma, or let me not call him Uruma, a guy in a bike, motorcycle helmet, Okada helmet, pulled up to do, he came to do big boy, you want to play with you want to dance with the big boys, to, kind of save his girlfriend or just the female figure friend from this absolute animal. When I say animal, I mean animal. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so as chapter 13 starts, we see Uruma just walking. He's walking on the street. He walks past the actual bully, and he doesn't actually. He realizes what's going on. He turns around, and that's when he kind of improvises the plan. That's when he picked up the bike helmet. He became biker man, and he went back to the room like some hero. And he told the girl, obviously, behind him, to keep quiet and don't make any sounds. He walks into the room and he basically just starts handling. When I say he starts handling my man, 6 blows straight. You can even see in the drawing, you can see his hands going in and out. 1, 2, 3 for now. He went in with this, and he's even got the proper karate form. I don't even know what to call it. But at that point, this guy that's just built like the ogre, I don't even know, or built like the mountain from Game of Thrones, grabs his ankle and just flings him like a ragdoll, shoulder, yeah, fling, like that. And then, let me just say, this guy's ripped, he's hench. There's hench, and then he's built like a fridge. Okay, So Uruma's talking to himself and he's like, the difference in physique is too much. Like his blows are ineffective. You know how these MCs be doing the analytical thinking in their head. Don't get me wrong, it's great for thinking under pressure, but nobody can do that in real life. If you can, big up you, but I don't know who can. If you guys could see my face, you would see the kind of facial reactions I'm making. But he tells himself, okay, instead of punching, I'll stab him. He grabs a pen and he like stabs him in his abs. As soon as he stabs him in his abs, yeah, he punches through the windshield of the bike helmet. I didn't know you could do that. Don't get me wrong, I get this is manga, but those are designed to save you if you're in a crash, a high-speed crash, okay? So are you trying to tell me that the force of the punch was equivalent to a high-speed crash? Because even the way Uruma flew back, he's looking like a proper ragdoll. We saw a silhouette of the big guy come back, and then Uruma's thinking himself, being stabbed didn't even flinch him. I think he's running off adrenaline. I think you're dealing with a criminal. I don't think he cares. I don't think he, being stabbed is minor to him. And I'm saying these are small chickens. I'm playing. So then the ogre says, my kind self has gotten this pissed. It's like this is the first time somebody's made him this annoyed. My days, ooh. He starts muttering to himself, literally. He says, kill, I'll kill. Only God can deliver. You need to see this image. I'm going to put this image up on the Twitter page. But you guys need to see this image. When he's saying I'm going to kill. If you see, like, how do you draw this? He's even missing a tooth. Like, but I have to give it to them. They drew they got the details in. They got every single tooth, and then just the one he's missing. It's amazing. Even though they scrumpled up his chin, you can see like the bulges, the lines, everything. Then Uruma's learning detachment. So I don't know what that is, but he has like a flashback memory of his granddad telling him detachment. And even though they wrote detachment. So, and this is where the chapter ends. And he does his hand into like, when they say, who's they? Have you ever watched like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? And he does his hand like in like the snake shape. That's basically what he's done. So I don't know what he's about to do. I think he's going to do some next Killua thing and like stab through him. Or it's called detachment. So I feel like he's going to literally remove my man's body part. Those are my guesses. But then it says, to be continued, and Uruma literally just says, he thinks to himself, I'll have to do that. Me, I don't know what that is. But going off of, what I'm seeing on screen, in the panel, he's about to puncture his lung or something. He's about to go right through him. At this point, the ogre comes at him screaming, die bastard. Uruma's still thinking to himself, detachment. I don't know whether he's reached a new self-realization or something. But as he's about to do it, we get to see a panel of his granddad telling him the risks are huge for this technique. You'll have to get close to your opponent. So if you miss, you'll be off to you'll be dead. You'll be off to the other world. Oh, it's like that. There's no room for error. The funny thing is the name of this chapter 14, is even called The Path of the Flesh. I think this could be signifying the fact that this is all taking place in like the midst of like a sex trafficking ring, or because of I feel like that's it, the path of the flesh, or because it could be signifying what Uruma's about to do to this guy's flesh. He's about to tear a path through his flesh, you know what I mean? So Uruma's thinking to himself, it's all or nothing. If he takes his counter-attack, he's going to be left unarmed. So, okay, so at that point, all we hear is a crack. Like, there's just a black screen crack. There's a question mark. We don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. The big guy says, my arm isn't moving. He looks to his arm, and so Uruma did detach his arm. Okay, but not literally. He dislocated it. Okay. So, then we get to see a panel of his granddad explain, literally breaking down what's just happened. And I feel like I actually kind of love this about this manga, because they don't just do things like lots of mangas will do, even anime too. And I feel like that's one thing I love manga for. They explain, you get to see the research and the forethought that's gone into the actions that happen in manga. But when you see it in anime, it's kind of just like, okay, he did this kind of stupid hellbent training. Okay, not stupid, but he did this like strenuous training for like 4 days a month, and he just comes back OP. But in manga, because obviously they don't have the time to show you the what do you call it, the collage trade, the montage training, they literally have to like break down the information or at least show you the links in between. You know, like you see where they got, you see the thought process, you see where they got their knowledge from. Do you know what I mean? Because literally then it's explained to us that usually the joints protect the muscle, so attacks will reach your joints, your muscles, because of the joints protecting them. But there are times when there is a path of flesh between the muscles, and if you attack at that point when the muscle relaxes, you can use that to detach the bones from. Oh my God, you can use that to detach bones from their sockets and like basically breaking people's joints. And Uruma does it by like doing his hands in that, like, you know when people say, oh, I'm an alien, peace be, and do that, he does it by doing his hands into that shape basically, and then poking it into the joint when the muscle is relaxed, and that will dislocate it. So I'm guessing that's why the chapter's called The Path of the Flesh, not because it's happening in a sex trafficking ring. Sorry about that, guys. You know, I thought my big brain energy was gonna take us to the end, but I believe it didn't. You know, unfortunately, this is why you shouldn't rely on just my own big brain. You should be doing some thinking for yourself. At this point, he's just Uruma standing there like a G. He's like standing there like a bad man, like a Power Ranger with a helmet, broken wind screen, whatever you want to call it. And this big guy, because his arm is dislocated and it's broken, he's like on the floor screaming. And I can see an inconsistency, because while he's screaming, his tooth that was missing just came back. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Like a crocodile, he can regrow his teeth. We love to see it. He's screaming at Uruma to fix it. And at that point, the chica, the lovely girl that whose life just got saved, she slaps him. As in, I would too. I'm so sorry. I would slap him too. She gives him one dirty slap. As in, we even get in the panel, we can even see the lines, the fume, you know. His face was flying. I'm pretty sure he lost another tooth now, because he lost another tooth now because of that. He's screaming to Uruma that he'll remember this and he'll destroy him and he'll hunt him down. At that point, Uruma takes off his helmet, and low-key, Uruma and this girl look alike. Low-key, Uruma and this girl, they look very, very similar. If you get what I'm saying, like the hair color especially, and I feel like they have the same kind of look of like numbness in their eyes. Like he doesn't look like he's just done that to somebody, and she doesn't look fazed by what's just happened. So I feel like they both have some kind of darkness in them that hasn't been explained yet. But after, I'm guessing to show her gratitude, she kisses him, and she asks him like, so what, like they kind of ask each other, so what will they do now? And Uruma he leaves her. So he leaves first with the guy the guy still locked in the bathroom, and he leaves and then she leaves. But then I think low-key, Uruma, he doesn't seem like a guy to leave loose ends, and we've seen what he did to the other guy, so I'm pretty sure he's going to kill who he is. This guy's dying. Do you know what I mean? It isn't a case of like, we'll just hand him over to the police or just let him go once he's dying. They're just not going to show it. I have no reason to believe Uruma's going to let him live. He has not let anybody else live, so why would he let him live? You know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason? No witnesses, you know, no problem. So I really feel like this brother's about to die. Or not even about to die, he's already dead. But let's now review the episode, okay? Or the episode. Let's review the last 2 chapters. If you want to ask my thoughts, I'd say only one panel really stood out to me in this chapter. I built nothing kind of exciting. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, the chapter in a whole, like, obviously looking at everything, kind of like had me on the edge of my seat, of course. But like, Uruma was always going to win, do you know what I mean? Came in with a helmet. As soon as he said he will have to do that and they did the grandpa flashback, I said, okay, yeah, he's won. The excitement came from how was he going to do it, do you know what I mean? So it wasn't a case of, the thrill didn't come from what he was actually doing. So like, what didn't come from watching the fight scene or like reading the fight or even the conversation, the dialogue, because the dialogue was very, very simple. I say what really will probably grab your attention to about the fight is how Uruma disables this bully, because this guy's a tank. Like, he literally is built like the mountain from Game of Thrones, and Uruma looks like a literal like lamppost. So it was like, I feel like that was what was enticing about the episode, or the panel, the chapters. It took me 3 days to say that. That was what was enticing about the manga chapter, the fact that you kind of want to know how he does it. Not necessarily what he's going to do, but how he's going to do it, because we know he's going to get away with it in the end, because he's Uruma, he's the main character. That's how the shit works. But aside from that, again, another panel that really, really stood out was the "I'll kill you," you know, where the bully screaming "kill, kill, 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 kill," because I like, how do you draw the, okay, cool, you know when you eat like a sour lemon or something and you like screw up the bottom of your chin, this was drawn, like we could see him screwing up the whole base of his chin, like it looked like one of them brains, like, you know, when the wrinkles in a brain, the creases in a brain, I don't know what you call it, but the folds in a brain, his chin looked like that. We could see his missing tooth. We could see like he looked like a weary. He looked mad. No, to put it to you how it really was, he looked nuts. He looked like a madman. So that was kind of where the two chapters kind of left us at. I really, really enjoyed it. I really think you guys should go and check it out. Like, this is only chapter 13, chapter 14, so it's still early days. And currently, I'm up to date with the manga, by the way, and it goes up to like 80 right now. If I was to tell you what's currently going on, somebody has to go to prison. Whether it's somebody in the cast, somebody has to go to prison. That's what I'm saying to you now. The amount of bodies that have dropped, somebody is going to prison. No, point blank, period. Somebody gotta go. Somebody. But no, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to kind of share with you guys? Okay, before I wrap things up, I had an idea. And I was like, let me before I lose it, because I get these ideas all the time. I was like to myself, before I lose this idea, why don't I just at least mention it on the podcast, so like if somebody else that has the skills or the forte to do this kind of thing, pick it up, run with it, just include me a little bit, because I like some things to do, I need something to work on. But basically I thought to myself, there are loads of websites like Crunchyroll, there's even like a manga version of Crunchyroll, there's even Webtoon, an app that lets you read like webtoons online, And I thought the problem that everybody always has is the fact that those kind of platforms are designed solely for like consuming the content. So for consuming mangas, consuming anime, like literally just taking it in and like, literally just take it. That's what those are for. But I thought to myself, okay, cool. If you even go and look at the variety of mangas that are on there, or the variety of it's never hitting, like, because one, so much they regulate it so much, or even the amount of like, apart from what they regulate, so many restrictions on that kind of thing you can put on there. But then aside from that, the ones on there are just always very dry, or it'll be sometimes we're missing some chapters, or it'll be that you have to go and subscribe to a premium account to get the next couple, and it's like, brother, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? Like, who really is doing that? I might as well just go online and film, or even sometimes what annoys me the most is I'll find one I really, really like, and it's like halfway along the way, it will stop being translated, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so I have to leave that one here. Or even I find one that the synopsis will look really, really cool. I click on it now and there's no English translation. And it's like, where do we go from here? So that got me thinking, what if, there was a website or app, I don't know, whichever, that allowed you, as like someone that, whether you wanted to create mangas, webtoons, or any sort of animated comic, it literally allowed you to upload your scans, and in whatever language you wanted to upload your scans in. Obviously, you wrote it, so whatever language you wrote the scans in, you did the drawing in, you did the work in, it allows you to upload it, like scan it, upload it, and then essentially, like, people would read it, and of course, I'm guessing they need to make money, of course. So I'm guessing the people that would use this service would be paying for the service, of course. But then aside from you being able to, as a creator, upload your own like your content, so your own manga panels, your own animations, whatever, you would also be able on this platform, there would be translators that allow it to be like, will translate it for you. They get paid a commission for translating. And then from there, it's like it gets translated, and then it becomes available for all the other people that are paying for the service that want to use the service. So then it's essentially it's kind of like a directory of manga that you can yourself put manga on there yourself, or put webtoons, or put anything on there yourself. But then it also is a place for translators to also translate the things that are on there. So like forums for translations that occur, so like people can get, so other people can read it as well. But then also a place for people to actually just come on and read manga, read webtoons, read comics in general. So then that way it's like, I feel like you kind of see how everything is feeding itself. So the people creating the content would provide work for the people translating the content, and then the people doing all of that are essentially providing content that can be consumed by the readers paying for the service. The readers paying for the service, the money they're paying in would go back into paying the translators and paying the people that are creating the work. And I'm guessing the more popular the webtoon or the manga is, the more revenue it would generate, the more revenue, you know what I mean? So something like that. But it's like, obviously, it's just in my brain right now. Obviously, I was just like, I'm just thinking about it. But yeah, that was one of the kind of things I was thinking to myself that could be done just to increase the popularity, not even just increase the popularity, but like increase the sustainability of like webtoons, manga, all those kind of things. I want these things to still be here, and I understand that loads of people are putting in work and not getting paid for the work. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, if things can be done about that, let's do those things. And I know I'm talking, but even me too, like when you ask me where do I go to go and read my stuff, it's not somewhere where I'm paying for it. And that's because right now I'm broke. But if I had money, if I had the cash to spend, the extra coin to spend on subscriptions like that, I ain't gonna complain. I'll be the first one there. I will really be the first one there. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode of The Corner. I've been your host, Arifa. This has been a really, really good night. I really enjoyed talking to you guys today. But yeah, hopefully I'll hear from you guys later on. If you enjoyed this episode, please share, add it to your playlist so you get notified every single time there's another episode, you know what I'm saying? If you know anyone that's into this kind of thing, or if you know anyone that doesn't really talk much, but they have a lot going on in their head, send this to them. Let them have someone to have a conversation with, you know what I mean? Like, literally send this to them. You are doing them a disservice by not sending this to them. In fact, no, yeah, that's what I'm emotional black. You are doing them a disservice by not sending them this podcast, because they're suffering silently, and this could help them, and then you're not sending this to them. You're a bad mind. That's what you are. You're a bad friend. You should send it to your friend. No, you should send this podcast to your friend. That's what I think you should do personally. But yeah, it was really nice hearing from you guys, and I know you really enjoyed hearing my voice, because I love hearing my voice too. That's a very, very big lie. I don't like hearing my voice, but it's okay sometimes. But yeah, I'll hear from you guys, and you guys will hear from me later. Okay, this has been The Corner. I've been Arifa. Bye guys.